Day 9. Here we are, still under house arrest. Paul is under house arrest, and he's writing this letter to the Philippians. And we're kind of seeing how Paul responds to being under house arrest and how he responds by writing to the Philippians and just kind of reading through and studying Philippians while we're stuck at home. We've seen so far that he's very Christ focused, and he's putting everything in the perspective of Christ. And he's saying that we need to have joy and have this perspective and be a light to the world and be encouraging. But today we're going to see that Paul is human, and I think that's okay. We're going to go ahead and read Philippians chapter 2, verses 25 through 30. Let's read. I have thought it necessary to send you Epaphroditus, my brother and fellow worker and fellow soldier, and your messenger and minister to my need. For he has been longing for you all, and has been distressed because you heard that he was ill. Indeed, he was ill, near to death. But God had mercy on him, and not only on him, but on me also, lest I should have sorrow upon sorrow. I am the more eager to send him, therefore, that you may rejoice at seeing him again, and that I may be less anxious. So to receive him in the Lord with all joy and honor such men, for he nearly died for the work of Christ, risking his life to complete what was lacking in your service to me. Okay, so in what we just read, Epaphroditus is a guy that Paul's talking about here. He just got done talking about Timothy, and now he's talking about Epaphroditus. And he says that he's a fellow worker and soldier. So he's someone that Paul has been working with. And he says that he is a messenger and minister in Paul's need from the Philippians. And so the Philippians have actually seemed to have sent this guy to Paul. And apparently he got really, really sick. Like sickness to the point of almost dying. And Paul says that God had mercy on him, but also not only on him, but also on me, lest I should have sorrow stacked upon my sorrow. So he's saying, there would be a lot right now being in prison if Epaphroditus had also died on top of that. And he's talking about the emotion of relief that comes with Epaphroditus being okay. So what I want to say today, and I want to make sure we know, Paul talks a lot about being a light and having joy and having the perspective of Christ. What he's not saying is that it's not okay to have emotion. We're probably going to have a lot of emotions. We're going to, with this sickness and everything that's going on, not only are we probably going to have emotions, we probably should have emotions with what all's going on. And that's okay. We need to take those emotions and understand them and express them to other people. Emotions are a good thing, and they're actually given to us by God. And so everything that we have that is inside, emotions are okay as long as we don't react badly to them. Anger is okay as long as you don't sin while you're angry. Sadness is okay as long as you keep it in the perspective of the joy and the hope that we have, keeping a Christ-centered perspective. So talk about your emotions. Bring them out to your family that you're with. Talk to your friends about it. But make sure you're putting that emotion in the perspective of Christ. Because we're not saying that we have joy and hope because everything's okay. Obviously, everything is not okay. Just even before this sickness and things going on right now, there's evil in the world. And we know everything's not okay. What we know is that Christ is our King and he is enthroned. And since we know that one day everything will be okay. Everything's going to come around. Our King is going to come and he's going to destroy evil and sickness and tiredness and everything in the world, and he's going to set everything right the way it should be. And that's why we have hope. That's why we have joy. Not because everything's perfect now, but because we know that one day it will be. So face your emotions, face the world honestly, whether you're an apostle writing in the 1st century or a 21st century Christian like us. We've got to face our emotions head on. As for Epaphroditus, he has followed everything Paul said from verses 1 through 11. He too sought not his own well-being, but the well-being of others. He too is prepared to lay down his life for Christ. He too is a visible reminder of Jesus, our King. Today, I do have this. Got these stickers that are really cool. There it is. I've got 6 of these. If you want one, I'm going to give them out to, I'm going to mail them. I'm going to Lysol them and then mail them out to whoever wants them. I was planning on giving them out in class when we were together, but that's not going to happen. I've got 6. First 6 people that want them, you got them. Stickers.